Here we are looking at the weekly chart of the US dollar. As you can see, back in March of 2020, it came up to a high of 103.82, and then it started to decline from that level and came all the way down to recently this low here around 89.165. So it came down to test these low, and right now seems to be flagging on the way up. And so right now, basically looking if the US dollar is moving back up, then I'd be watching at this level here, this 92.115.11. So it's somewhere around this 92 area for potential resistance, then basically looking for a pushback down. So let's go and take a closer look on the chart here. Taking a closer look at the US dollar on this daily chart, you can see here, it is actually forming a little bit of a bear flag. And I was looking for the price to come up to this 92 area for potential resistance, then it come back down. But as you can see right now, it seems to be struggling to get up to that level. And it appeared to be broken down from this bear flag. So I'm basically looking if the continuation move from breakdown with this little bear flag, they'll be looking it down to go back down to that low and somewhere around that 87 level. So if I use the Fibonacci extension and use this pivot high to this pivot low and do a major move, or pretty much of a symmetry move, or do a major move of the bear flag, then you can see that level of 87, 61.8, or the 80% level, and also the 100% level of the major move brings it down into this zone here between this 87 and 85 price zone. So even though if we take a symmetry move off this flag and use this projection, this pivot point here, the 100% symmetry move, bring it down to 86.5. So right now, I'm basically just kind of watching for the US dollar to see would it continue to come down toward this 87 area, get into this zone here. Even though if it reverses back and pushes back up, I still be monitoring this 92 as a potential resistance level that could push us back down. Looking at the long-term weekly chart of the gold future, here you can see back in August of 2020, it made a high just above $2,000, and that broke out from this high back in 2011, where it came up to somewhere around $1,923 area. And you can see that it broke out and came back in. And I was saying that these levels need to be retested before gold could get any higher. And these are the levels that I was watching on the gold future after it made its high above the 2089, close to 2100 level. And the level of resistance, or the level of support that I was watching first, was the 1923, this breakout previous all-time high. Then also these pivot high here around 1804. So as you can see that it came down, trying to back test it, the 1923 a couple times, and even got as high as back up at the 1960 area before it pulled back and finally came down and retest this 1804 level. Then it bounces back up and once again try to get above the 1960 and was unable to get above that, and then pull back in to this zone here. So right now it is back at near the 1804 area once again, testing for potential support. Taking a closer look at gold on this daily chart here, you can see it has been bouncing around this 1804 for quite a number of time here and try to stay above it. So if the price dip back below this 1804, that'd be looking for the possibility of moving back down to this zone here, somewhere around 1700, and test for support here. But if it could get a bounce back up once again, back up to this 1923, then I'd be looking for this particular trend line. In other words, break above this 1923 then I'd be watching it to see would it be able to get above this 1950-ish area and then move back up toward the 2089 or near the 2100 level. So that's what I see on gold. Looking at this long-term weekly chart of the silver, you can see silver been staying under this 2270-ish for almost 6-year or 7-year time frame before it broke out of this 2272 area back in July of last year. Then it moved up to close to this 2950 and then pulled back and came back in and double checked this 2272 area. So it's forming a little bit of a double bottom here, like a W pattern, before it moved back up once again, trying to break out of this 2950 and got rejected, and now it's back down near this 27 area once again. Now looking closely at the silver on this daily chart here, you can see that it's been pretty much bouncing within the zone here between the 2950 and 2270. So right now, I'm basically looking for a continuation move back up to this 2950 area on silver. If it could stay above this trend line, but if it come down and break this trend line, then I'd be watching for a pullback to test this 2272 area once again. So if it could come up and break this 2950, then the next level that I'd be watching will be up at the 32 area. And that's the look on silver. So be sure to smash that thumbs up and help me promote and share this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.